Hello everybody, this is the Holy Bible again, back with, another Vi top game. So, some of you were asking to have a video on how to fight Olaf, and I think this is a pretty solid one. It's my first Olaf top game in a while that I've fought. So, as you can see, I took Smite, and this was intentional. My teammates didn't expect it, hence the pinging of the Smite. So Olaf has Ghost Ignite, meaning he wants to fight, obviously, but he has no way to catch us over walls. Okay, he cannot follow over walls. We can always Q and get away pretty much every time, unless there's a blast cone. Okay, so the idea of Smite, you're weaker in the laning phase because of the fact that you don't have a combat summoner. But, one, it can help you get some minions when this happens. Which Olaf always will try to all-in you level 1, pretty much. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all of them. So make sure you auto and get a trade back so he doesn't get free damage on you. And little innate sidesteps are really good for fighting Olaf because he always likes to throw his axe like that. So I waited out his Conqueror, but I kept up my lethal tempo for a little bit there. In case he went back into trade, I would have won, but it's okay. It's for the best that we just step back and let him push it in. Our Belveth is pathing up top, and we don't know where enemy jungler is. They could be around top relatively soon, maybe not. I could have smited that, but either way, I hold the minions here for it would set up a slow push, but I get the feeling this Olaf will just keep hard pushing with his Qs. So it'll just maintain the wave on my side. Once again, Belveth is pathing up top, so we're chilling. And look, there she goes pinging it. So we're just holding it here. Versus Olaf, you're not going to win early at all. It's really not worth it. So yeah, Belveth comes to gank. I hit him with the fat Q after they used their CC, but unfortunately they used their E pretty early, and I knocked him out of it. So, bummer, they could have just waited for my CC, but it's okay. Get the wave pushed, and this gets me out of that pretty bad rut. Since I have Smite, I want to invade with the Belveth, just to see what's going on. See Blue's not there, okay. We find Graves as he kills the Gromp, so I just go in for a quick trade. He flashes for some reason, I don't know why. Belveth keeps following. It's pretty aggressive since Olaf is for sure coming back and there's no way we kill him. So, whatever. We just get a fat recall. As you can see, we're going for Blade the Ruin King first, and we get a refillable for trading. We go for the Krugs because we have Smite. Belveth is here, so I'm actually leashing them for her, but it looks like she doesn't want them. She didn't understand that I was leashing just because I had nothing better to do. So free Krugs, and they're level 1, so that's very good. Okay, so the idea behind Smite, at 20 minutes into the game, so later, obviously, you can buy the Ember Knife for no minion debuff at all. You get to freely get the jungle item, and you don't get the... I can't think of the name, the rule of the jungle or something like that. I know it's called the support rule, but anyway, it allows you later in the game to have permanent mana regen as long as you're in the jungle, and you get the Omni Vamp later on Gromp and Krugs and whatever. So later, you have the ability to side lane really, really well, because you also can later on get, once again, the Ember Knife for the Red Smite. Red Smite is broken. It's one of the reasons jungle is so strong. It's so strong. And so if you get it as a top laner, you constantly have basically exhaust and ignite up practically always. And you never run out of mana. So it's an investment. It sucks for early game, but into matchups like Olaf, into matchups like Darius, Jax, for example, you pretty much aren't really going to beat them in laning phase. They destroy you pretty frequently. So, if you can hold out and you just play more passive, you can smite the camps in the back for HP when you get low like this, and later on you'll have potentially the ability to fight them. Since your goal is just to deny them as much as you can potentially proxy or invade enemy jungle easier. We hit 6. We see that Olaf is 6. This is when Olaf hits his power spike versus us, because we're pretty much not able to do anything ever. None of our CC matters, and that negates 2/3 of our champion. So it's going to be slow pushing to him, which is terrible. So he can, if he's smart, literally just not push the wave here. He does push, I assume, for a dive. I stay because one, that's a lot of minions, and I have smite coming up soon, so I can potentially smite the Krugs for health back. So it's like a pseudo heal. Trying to path around the axe, but it looks like he's just a goofball. One of the benefits of Vi E is that she clears it so fast, so you have the ability to really just shove in the wave. We see he's at half HP, so he is killable, but that axe really makes it rough. We see him eat me in the tower range there, and as you could see, I ulted him, and then he ulted. If he ulted first and actually reacted to it, which it was pretty fast, he wouldn't have been CC'd. However, Olaf Ultimate, it makes you unable to be CC'd after you've used it. He used it while knocked up, so he still had to wait the entire duration of time going back to the ground, because it's a knock-up and not a stun or a slow or something along those lines. Here, I know I've got the smite, and Graves should be around top, but I want to see if I can sneak this blue. And Graves is just instantly there. So instead of dealing with this, I'm just going to flash out. It's it's better than giving Olaf, who we just saw for a split second there, anything. I can maybe turn here, but it's better to just leave. There's no reason to stay. Olaf can get a lot top. And as you can see, perhaps a little ambitious in the chat. So I wasn't too sure what to get. I ended up getting the attack speed just for a quicker lethal tempo proc. I don't know if that's optimal. I don't know. But that's what I ended up doing. So I'm eyeing this Rift Herald. I really want this. We know Graves is topside, and he's probably taking it right now, as you can see in the chat. So Bel'Veth should be on the dragon right now. It's super free. I clicked the path towards the Rift just in case, but once again, we know Bel'Veth isn't here, so I'm just going to go for Krugs once again. They are pretty free. She hasn't taken them all game, so they're always mine. Graves ends up going mid, and not on the Rift Herald, which baffles me. So it's still up there, ripe for the taking. We know Olaf doesn't have ulti, but it's still kind of scary to fight him. So we're just going to, instead of potentially fight him, it's far better to just get this wave. Always. Always get the wave. Much better. Graves is mid, and we see him walk down towards the tower, but we don't actually see him go anywhere specific. So I go over to Rift Herald. In my mind, he was at half HP. This should be a pretty free take, I think. We don't have a mid, so we don't have prio there. So that's kind of awkward, but this should be alright. Olaf isn't pushing very hard, but everyone else is off map, so it is a bit weird. Graves comes over from our red side of the jungle. I dislike that. He ends up getting the smite because my smite is still 450 and his is 900. So, as I tell him here, bummer for me, but you know. So Beveth caught some of the experience. Olaf got 3 plates, which is disgusting. And we walked back into that axe, which is also disgusting. So as you can see, we are maxing W second. 3 points into E for wave clear, and then max W for dueling potential for the attack speed mixed with lethal tempo for a lot of that percent health damage. We let Olaf back because we're at 12 minutes, and if he backs, we know he doesn't have teleport, so we can get at least 1 tower plating, which is beneficial for us because, you know, more gold. We end up getting 2 because Vi pushes tower plates really quick, especially with Demolish, which is why I like to take it whenever I can. I see the Victor go towards mid, and this dies at a perfect timing. So I'm just going to go for a freebie gank. Olaf isn't pushing top, so this should be nice. He's 1 HP. We can't see him, so boom. Easy money. Here, if I had TP, I would transition to bot lane and just gank there next, but they're too low, so I'm just going to leave. No point. I don't know what Olaf is doing. Ah, there he is. He should have just stayed top. But here, we end up getting Blade of the Ruined King. Beautiful for us. It helps us duel a lot better. We probably still don't beat the Olaf in a straight 1v1 unless we're dodging axes left and right, but we do what we can. I know Graves and Olaf are probably on their way up, so I'm just going to bounce. Get 1 plate and then dip out. No one else is on the map. No one can help me. I'm just going to leave. See the Olaf. Sidestep the axe. It only gives vision of what it hits. So he doesn't see me, even though I'm still here. I could go in for a fight on that Olaf and probably kill him, but not worth it with Graves standing quite literally right there. As per usual, we go for the Krugs. He already took the, most of the tower, or all of it at this point, so we want to take this. Because he's pushing in, it means he will most likely go for it, as you can see him pathing right there. Wait a little bit for my blast shield to come up. We see him use his E, so I'm just going to Q in the bush, so he quote-unquote doesn't know what I'm doing. But we absolutely just clown on this fool. I used my ulti for damage, and that flash looked awkward. Had he had an axe, I wanted to flash it and not take the damage and potentially die. The ulti was my big misplay there. So although you get the damage, it's not worth it because you're locked in that animation for so long for not enough damage to warrant using it on a target that's still attacking you. As you can see, my team wants to FF. Yikes. Not the best at 15 minutes when you're actually doing well against Olaf. So here we push in a little bit further. I could let the minions die to the tower here, which would be ideal. As you can see, I walked away there, but it was already too late. So it's much better to just take what we can and then keep going. I invade due to my smite once again, and we saw Graves bottom, so I walk in here for this blue buff. Unfortunately, I just used my Q, so I can't actually get out. If I hadn't queued there, I would have been fine, but I'm a fool. My teammate question mark pings me, even though Graves was bottom, so I get a little bit heated. My bad. I want to go Triforce here because I know I'm going to be consistently fighting this Olaf, and the armor pen isn't going to matter too much, so consistent damage stacking up with that Triforce is going to be really nice. So right here, as you can see the Graves kiting, that's where having W max second hurts, because we don't have the ability to catch him with our Q. It would have been up 3 or 4 seconds earlier, and then we would have been able to be chilling, but nope. Here I'm just being super greedy. This is silly. I shouldn't be here. I go for this cannon and whiff it. They get the tower anyway. It feels bad. So bot lane's still pushing. Drift is up. there's not a lot I can do. I'm stepping in because I know they're low, and because bot lane's pushed up so far, they're most likely going to get engaged on. As you can see, I hit the Rift Herald with my Q going over the wall, so it's pretty finicky, but you are able to do this. I don't care that it's warded. We're already committed. They already know we're on it, so we're just going to take it as quick as we can. Bel'Veth takes it really quick, and so does Vi, given the fact that they slap so much. We see Olaf bottom here, killing our team somehow. So instead of recalling or catching that wave, I say me at top with a smiley face because they were question mark pinging me because I'm a salty boy. So we put down Rift Herald here, the Holy Bible Classic, just to absolutely demolish, if you catch my drift, this tower. And then Rift Herald one-shots it with our demolish. And that's every game you can do this if you ever see them not matching your anything, your lane. So it looks like Rift Herald gets stopped by Olaf. Bummer, but we are not strong enough to fight him. We're just going to step back. We know Thresh is going to throw his hook, so we wait. Beautiful. He flays me anyway, but who cares? We walk back up because we know he has no CC, so we can charge our Q in his face. And we see Graves chasing, so here we go. I walk up, and I try to fake I'm going left while the vision's on me, and then I go right again. I don't know if they saw that, but I could have gone to the alcove there, or I could have gone right based on them, but we're out. No problem. So currently we're 4-2 against Olaf. This is much better than I've ever done versus an Olaf, to be quite honest. They're very difficult to deal with. So it's very similar to Tryndamere. I'll wait though. There's a fight. So we go in to duke out with this guy. Although he's ulting, we just go through him and we leave because we're not going to win that fight with no team members and Bel'Veth in the enemy jungle for whatever reason. I go up here in case Thresh stays. He wouldn't see me here. I'm going to Q in case he's in the bush. Would have been a free kill, but he's not there. We see him over to the left. Once again, I don't have my Q cooldown up, otherwise he would be dead here, so I have to wait. And then unfortunately, he doesn't keep walking in. He just leaves. So, he's stalling me out. I don't want to walk up because I don't know where his team is. As you can see, Ezreal's there. We go in on him. I smite the dragon for HP. Flex the mastery. And then, since we see Graves top, we go back in. This should not be a dragon we take in any realistic game ever. But it worked. Classic. So now, as you can see, they're pushing mid again. We are bottom lane. We see Ezreal, and we could R him here, but it's not worth it because we didn't have Q up. Now, once again, we could, but I'm trying to drag him a little bit away from his tower while still getting these minions. I walk up and around so he, quote-unquote, doesn't know where I am. Don't know if it's warded or not, but once again, they're question mark pinging me for split pushing. Who knows? I just go in with my R. I expected him to try and go left with that, but it was good on him to go right further into the tower. We still kill him, and we split push. Get big damage on this tower. Beautiful. We do take a tower shot, but whatever. Inform them on splitting. Don't care about mid. We see the Xerath, and because he's charging Q, he slowed himself and couldn't throw any other abilities like his stun, so it's just a free kill. Q for the Sheen proc, and we're chilling. My team somehow defended mid. I mean, I did kill 2. And they're once again trying to FF. Just like normal team. As you can see, I've got the Ember Knife in my inventory as well. So one of the big parts about the Ember Knife is that you want your smites up as soon as you can, and ideally you want to buy it at 20 minutes. If you do so, you can get your challenging smite at 25 minutes, I believe it is. And then you have your challenging smite for fighting in the side lane. And as you can see, my mana, it's going up drastically compared to how it normally would be. So I have the infinite mana regen to side lane forever, and we got lifesteal from the Bork, etc. Olaf walks in like a madman, and we go for the Ezreal. Unfortunately, Thresh gets him out. And once again, we're question mark pinged by our team, who is dead. Very good. Gotta love delusional teammates who don't have eyes. So tell them to stop pinging because they're a goofball. That's what they are. We see Thresh charging, and we want to save our Victor. He wasn't really in danger, but I thought I might be able to kill him there. We didn't, but it is what it is. It's okay. We have Baron. We're pretty strong. Ideally, I want level 16, but can't do much. The Xerath is way out of position, so we just clock him, and then we go for the Olaf. Try to click the Thresh Lantern because I'm dense, and we keep going. Thresh walks into me for whatever ungodly reason, and then Sona takes the kill. So naturally, I question mark ping her because she's been doing that to me all game. I say, see, it's no fun, is it? But it's not actually me being toxic, it's me being a goon. Or you can think of it as me being toxic, up to you. But naturally, we go for the dragon. We have 2 more smites to go. We know Belveth has smite, we just checked it 1 second ago. So we have 1 more, and then we got our challenging smite. Still got Baron. Team is pushing. Everyone's alive. I bet Victor and Sona, if you look at the right, wish they had challenging smite right about now for that mana regen, huh? So here we go back to splitting. We don't need a team fight at all. There's absolutely no point. We're just in a beautiful spot to keep going. Ezreal comes in. I walk to the side of the turret there because, like right here, because if Ezreal's in the blast radius of my E, the tower will start targeting me. But if I angle it to the side, then yeah, it won't. Ezreal goes mid for whatever reason, so I just keep going. I have no reason to stop here. They're still going, so I just go here. That one cannon minion is targeting the inhib for whatever reason, but it's okay. Smited 1 more time, and we got our challenging smite. Thresh comes in for us, and we think we might be in danger, but Ezreal's walking up way too close, and then ease in for me to go help my team. So I walk out, and then we go top, push a little bit more. I wanted to go into the jungle there to get some more mana, but they're nowhere near me, so I can just keep pushing. I got enough for like 1 E in a second, which I can hit this tower with, and then we should be chilling, so it's no biggie. My blast shield saves me there from the Ezreal, and then I just step back to bait him in to maybe try to fight us, but as you can see, that's game. We don't even need a summoner spell to beat Olaf top. Just out macro him. Yay! So there you go. There you have it. Thank you for watching. I guess if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Obviously, a summoner spell could be better in that situation. The smite really comes in handy if the game goes on longer, but it kind of ended right about the time that I really was able to utilize it, which is okay because we still won and it still did its job for a short period of time. But in that game, for instance, some other summoner spell probably would have been better because we would have been able to make consistent use of it. So thank you for watching.